we are going to be painting the vases of our sunflowers. So you're going to choose a base color to start with, and then I'm going to be giving you a medium or a lighter tint of that color, the true color, and some white. So you're going to be using all three colors to make your vase. Now we're thinking about shading or adding a shadow and adding some highlights. We can see that it looks like the light's shining from this side because on this side of the vase in both of these pictures, it's a lot lighter. And then we see that reflection mark just like we see in Van Gogh's sunflowers. And then we have this darker edge along the bottom and on this side. So you can decide what side's going to be the lighter side, which side's going to be the darker side. But what you're going to do first is you're going to paint the entire vase with that middle color, which is that tint of the color that you chose. So I'm going to very neatly take my time and paint this entire vase using nice, long, neat brush strokes. Now for this part, you want to make sure you're staying inside of your lines and that you neaten this up, especially if you had gotten some of the table color inside of your vase or some of the watercolor. You want to try to make sure that this is as neat as possible. So following your outline, making sure there's no white spaces. So once you have this middle color painted all over your vase, you are going to wipe your brush off on your placemat until there's no paint on it. And then you're going to take the very tip of your brush and you're going to dip that in the white paint and you're going to choose the area where you're going to show the highlight. So notice how it starts off a little brighter and then it kind of blends into the color. That's why we want to make sure we do this while this color is still wet. So you're not pressing too hard. It's kind of like an upside down triangle. So you're going to start with a nice horizontal brush stroke and then you're going to continue down. Now see how this is blending a lot? I'm going to re-dip so I can get some more bright white paint on my brush. And then I'm just going to, it's kind of like a little tornado shape. So it starts at the top and then comes down. So I'm just making a little triangle shape to be my reflection, so it looks like the light's reflecting off of my shiny vase. Then I'm going to take this white and I'm going to paint just this right edge, and you want to let this kind of mix in with the pink so that way it becomes just a lighter, or whatever color you chose, a lighter version of whatever color that you had picked. So I'm painting this whole side. And then I'm just going to kind of let this mix in and finishing it out, blending it nicely by just letting my paintbrush get rid of all that white. So it should be a little bit lighter. If you feel like it's not light enough, go back in, add some more white. Just let it blend in. So painting, we shouldn't have any bright white over here. It should just be lighter. Okay, now that I have the light side of my vase done, I'm going to clean off my brush again. And I'm going to go in with my darker color. And on this side, now you don't want to take too long with this because we want to make sure that this is still wet. So you do have to paint somewhat quickly, even though you're trying to stay neat. You just don't want to get distracted with your friends. Make sure you focus so that you can get this done while this is still wet. So I'm going to paint this right on the edge first. And I'm letting this blend in with the pink. So now I'm just going to go back over this. And now I've got this darker edge, and now I'm going to do this on the bottom too. So I'm getting a very, very small amount on the bottom. Kind of painting back and forth. I'm going to wipe my brush off, and then I'm going to blend this in a little bit. So now I've got my vase that has a nice dark edge along the bottom, along the left side, a nice light side, and a highlight.